What's good? It's Live in Color here, the Live in Color podcast. Me, Hudson, chilling behind screen.
What's up? What's up?
Nice camera angles going on. We got my boy Pick Patek here.
Pick Patek.
Y'all are gonna learn a lot about him today, and we'll get into that real quick. But follow us on Instagram, Live in Color Media. Follow us on Twitter. It's Live in Color. Make sure you subscribe, like, comment, all that stuff. Check out all the other videos. Cooking with Chef Boy AD. We got Story Time with AD.
Story time.
Got the Sasquatch video out. Make sure you see that. It's interesting. Trust me. Take my word on it. So, yeah, bro. Chilling with Pick Patek.
Yeah.
How you doing today, bro?
I'm good. How are you?
Pretty good. It was a nice cloudy day. It was what I call the outdoor AC.
Yeah.
Nice and chilly.
I hear that.
So, tell us a little bit about yourself, bro. Who are you?
That's so open-ended.
Yeah.
Yeah. My real name's James, but I go by Pick Patek. That's my stage name. And I'm an artist. I rap and I sing and I produce. And yeah, I grew up in Philly, outside of Philly. If we get specific.
Like most people out here.
Bro, I'm actually outside of Philly though. Like
How far outside of Philly?
I'm freaking 5 minutes from the border from Philly.
That's fair enough. That's fair
from
enough.
the border. So like not that close to downtown, but but yeah, technically pretty close. And then so now I go to school in Pittsburgh at Pitt. And I live in Oakland now, and that's where I've been making my moves recently.
What are you studying at Pitt, if you want to get into that?
Computer science. And I don't know. I'm debating on adding a philosophy minor, but I haven't taken a philosophy course yet, so.
Apparently Pitt has like the #1 philosophy program in the world or something. I think it actually might be in the world.
It's really high up there.
I've taken a couple of philosophy courses. They're pretty interesting.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm trying to take some interesting courses just because the last gen eds that I've taken have been so boring that like I just don't put in the time to do well in them. So like I'm hoping to take some like actually like interesting classes that make me think. So that's why I'm thinking philosophy.
There's this Buddhism class that I took.
Yeah.
Philosophy. Yeah, no, it's mad dope. It was mad interesting learning all about the history. And like I don't know,
That's cool.
Buddhism is like nice culture I feel to get into, like just for everyone.
Yeah.
I definitely agree with that.
I'm about to take a general religion philosophy course. I'm sure it'll touch on Buddhism in some point.
Weird.
But yeah.
Always on securing the bag. The bag is education. So we out here. But so just talking about more about music. Do you have any formal music education?
Like I was trained in classical piano from like 2nd through like 8th grade probably. But that's about it. I've taught myself guitar recently. I'm teaching myself guitar, but that's about it.
So like after you learned how to play classical, did you just try like experiment with other things and like you were able to do it?
So like I started making rap music in like 5th grade. And it was actually like I grew up listening to like I guess Led Zeppelin because that's what my dad always played. Led Zeppelin-esque bands.
Yeah.
And I never really liked it, I'm going to be honest. And like despite like growing up on it, like everyone usually likes the music that their parents listen to some extent.
100%.
But like I just never got into Led Zeppelin. And I have gotten into the classic rock bands over the past couple of years, but still not like the bands that my dad listens to. But yeah, so like in 5th grade, that's when I first heard rap music because my friend got an iPod and we listened on the back of the bus on the first day of school.
What kind of iPod was it?
It was like the first gen. It was the very first one. Like the black and white one.
Yeah, nah, those are tough.
Yeah. It was real retro. And he played Forever by Drake. And I was like, oh, I like this a lot better than Led Zeppelin. And I got into it a little bit more. I was like, oh, I could probably do this. Because, I've always had a big ego. I'm not going to lie. So I was like, I could probably do this. So I just made this beat in GarageBand and rapped over it.
You made a beat, like you sampled some things, you made it from scratch?
I didn't sample, I just made it from scratch, yeah.
Really?
Because, like, I knew how to play piano, so I kind of knew, like, some theory.
Yeah.
So, like, I just based it off that. I just found some chords that I liked and just like rolled with it. It wasn't good, but it's funny to listen to. It was a start. Yeah, it got me started, and then probably through like middle school, I started getting more into like EDM, and then probably around like 9th or 10th grade, I got back into rap music. But yeah, the classical music training, I remember at the beginning, they asked if I wanted to do jazz or classical. I was like, Psh, I hate jazz. Like, I'm trying to do classical. But now it's like, I really wish I did jazz music because, like, that's the foundation of everything. And classical, I mean, classical is dope, but, like, I don't know. It doesn't have much relevance now in terms of, like, rap music.
I feel like, you know, learning the piano is just, like, such a useful tool universally. Like, it just helps you understand all types of music, like, if you can.
Yeah. No, it's, like, in my opinion, it's the best instrument to learn. It's, like, the most versatile because, like, you can get on the keys and play a guitar. Yeah. Or, like, you can play any instrument because, like, every instrument is available through, like, a synthesizer. It's not going to be the real thing, but, you know, people don't care.
So you mentioned that song by Drake, Forever.
Yeah.
But other than that, like, what other musical inspirations did you have, like, coming up?
In the beginning, it was a lot of Drake, a lot of Lil Wayne, and a lot of Eminem. I never was into early Kanye.
Really? Early Kanye? Yo, come on,
I've
man.
gotten back into it. Okay, I like it now, but, like, I never liked Stronger. I still don't like Stronger.
Bro, that was the one song, like, back in the day when I had the iPod Nano, that was the song I was listening by Kanye the most. Like, I don't like Kanye's new stuff, but that's another situation. But
really?
Yeah.
I love Kanye's new stuff.
Yeah, his new stuff is amazing. I didn't like the song Stronger either. That's the Daft Punk sampled one, right?
Nah.
Like harder, better, faster, stronger.
Oh, yeah.
And I just like Daft Punk too much. I was like, who is this person rapping over this? They ruined it.
That's fair. I never really liked Jesus Walks or like any of his hits, really. Gold Digger, I'm just, you know, I don't want to get into that. 'Cause people are going to start hating me if I start sharing my real opinions.
Nah,
and, you know, it's my opinions. Like, I recognize his music's great. I just, like, you know, it's not for me. But, like, I like some songs from his early days. You know.
You said you got it a little bit into, like, EDM during, like, middle school and shit?
Yeah.
Middle school, yeah. And
when Skrillex came out.
Hey.
Yeah.
I feel like if you, like, this is, like, a personal opinion I have now, but, like, if you got into EDM music, like, that's, like, a different understanding of beats. And, like, if you can understand EDM music, you can understand all other types of music to, like, make beats on that. Like, I feel like EDM is personally, like, one of the hardest beats to, like, get around to, like, make. But I don't know. That's just a personal opinion.
Yeah. So I guess, like, when I first got into it, I was like, oh, anybody can do this. There's not, you know, they're not even singing. Like, this is just all instruments and stuff like that. And then when you really think about it, like EDM music is, like, some of the most complex music.
That's what, yeah.
And, like, even if it's just a few instruments, like, those instruments are fine-tuned to be, like, perfect. Like, I know, like, this one famous Deadmau5 song. I forgot the name of it, but, like, it's one of his most famous songs. It's, like, a very simple melody, very simple, like, instrument, but it's just perfect. Everything just sounds perfect in the song. And actually, Dante, our friend Dante, he makes EDM music, and he was explaining a lot of it to me recently, how complicated it is and how, like, people are always trying to find new sounds where, like, a lot of music, you're finding new sounds, but you're using
other sounds
to make them. EDM music is like you're really pushing the boundaries of sound design. And, you know, it might turn out great, it might not, but, like, it's all pretty
very
much
experimental. Yeah. I like that.
I think what's pretty interesting is, like, a lot of EDM producers moved into, like, producing hip-hop tracks.
Yeah.
And so, like, that kind of changed. I feel like that almost brought upon, like, the modern-day trap sound was a lot of EDM producers working with hip-hop artists and getting those, like, really hard-hitting drums, the, like, distorted sounds.
Yeah, drums didn't really... Yeah, drums are different now than they were in, like, the 2000s. Like, after EDM, like, it's a different feel. I guess I never really thought about that, but yeah, I could see the EDM influence on hip hop beats. I mean, I know Skrillex has done a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you know Lido, but
I don't think so.
He did a lot of Jaden Smith's album.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting. That's interesting.
Yeah.
All right, so before we cut to break,
yeah,
my boy Pick Patek, I want you to shout out some of your social media, let them know where to find you.
Okay.
And where to find your music. I know you everywhere.
Yeah. Follow me. I mean, Instagram is my primary social media. It's just at Pick Patek, PICKPATEK. And I got a SoundCloud, I got a Spotify, I got Apple Music. You know, you can just look me up on Spotify or Apple Music. I got a Twitter, which admittedly I'm not really good at Twitter. It's not really popping, like, but like follow me if you want, I guess. But yeah, if you really want like updates and stuff like that, if you want to follow my new stuff, I will follow me on Instagram. Or like Spotify. That's where you're gonna find me actually doing stuff.
Make sure you follow him. We're gonna play this first song called Skywards. It's a hit right here. Let's get it.
Money is the motivation. Get a job, go to work, get promoted, facelift. Made a hit, made some bands, and I'm fornicating. Had a dream, built the king, and I went and chased it. Yeah, I'm on a date, I think she let me taste it. I'm fed up with your antics and the fucking fake shit. I ain't into all that cuffing, keep that fucking bracelet. I'ma ride for the gang, and that's it. I'm rolling. Nestle said it best. I mean, I'm going. I'll be going up. People show me love. What the fuck is up? Dab 'em up. Where you wanna go? I be good as fuck. I be on the road. I be taking trips. I be breaking down good weed. I be making spliffs. You be top flow. Bitch, I'm on the roof. What it do? Looking down on you. Looking up to me. Holla, hallelujah. Yeah. Alright. Holla at you. Parlez-vous to me. And my homie through the alley-oop. That way. Roll another J. Roll up with your bae. Okay. And we getting paid. Just another day. Yeah. Came from making beats on the lunch seats. Yeah, they call us freaks. Guess we must be. Now we going up. Got a show. We show 'em up. Everywhere they know it's us. Know what's up. Blowing up. And you can say that I'm a dreamer. Rockin' land and legends, all we know. Hit the gas, cause it's all we blow. Whip it fast, everywhere we go. And you can say that I've been doing real good. Now she been gone and I'm on my own. With the homies out, no can I be on a roll. With the homies out, no can I be on a roll. Skyward, sky be on my mind. Won't stop till I get what's mine. Won't stop. My word, I'll be on my grind. Won't stop till I get what's mine. And I'll be smoking weed in front of public housing. Daydreaming about the day I make 100,000, yeah. And tour buses and designer outfits. Wait, keep looking for 12, they be fucking prowling. When in high school they ain't fuck with the boy. I mean the gang did. Skipping classes, thought that we was on some lame shit. But now we growing up and we gon' be famous. Shit, what? Please don't bother me with that fake shit. I got my friends who on that wait list. Yeah, Mr. Monogamy is obsolete, but I'll be retro if you go on a date with me. But don't bother me with no fake shit. When I'm on stage, yeah, I go ape shit. I've been working, need a vacation, chilling with all my favorites. Homie, we getting wasted.
And all I know is that I got you. We be mobbing, we be hot too. We gon' ride, yeah, we gon' ride for you. And all I see is that you got me. They can't stop me. Sipping sake with my posse. We're so rocky, oh true.
And you can say that I'm a dreamer. Rockin' land and legends, all we know. Hit the gas, cause it's all we blow. Whip it fast, everywhere we go. And you can say that I've been doing real good. Now she been gone and I'm on my own. With the homies out, no can I be on a roll. With the homies out, no can I be on a roll. And you can say that I'm a dreamer. Rockin' land and legends, all we know. Hit the gas, cause it's all we blow. Whip it fast, everywhere we go. And you can say that I've been doing real good. Now she been gone and I'm on my own. With the homies out, no can I be on a roll. With the homies out, no can I be on a roll.
Back at it, section 2, the Live in Color podcast, episode 4, here with Pick Patek. Just got litty to that last song, Skywards. Go check that out. We got plenty of bangers coming your way. Just stay tuned. So first, before we get into your musical process on a little deeper level, um, I know there's probably a couple people that go into making the things that happen, the music videos, things like that. So anybody on your team that you want to shout out?
Yeah. So recently I've been working with these two guys, Aaron and Ryan, who collectively go by the Dropouts. And they produced AWOL actually. If you haven't heard that song, check it out. But yeah, I've been working a lot with them, and we're all working on my next album together, pretty much. So like, they're sort of like on the creative like production side of the team. I mean, I have my like good friends and my roommates who like help with like A&R and stuff like that. Like I'll play them a song that I think is good, and they'll be like, "No, that's not good," or I'll play them a song that I think is whatever, and they're like, "Oh, that's it." So like, I don't know. That's kind of
Whole
how
bunch of
songs
people,
get like that's kind of how songs get choose. I just sort of like shop them around to people and get a feel for what they think, because like you as the creator are not always the best.
Ear to listen to.
Yeah, you're not always the best judge of whether the song is good or not. Excuse me. Yeah, Lily does my videos. She and I went to high school together, and we just sort of like got into photography together around 10th grade, and she just kept with it, and I started making more music, so I dropped the whole photography phase. But she continued with it, and now she's really good at videography and stuff like that. She's actually going to be in LA this summer for an internship, which is pretty cool. You know, the whole team's doing big things.
Your visuals are always pretty dope. I want to definitely shout out that if you haven't watched any of his music videos, definitely check those out.
Yeah, she's different with it. She's talented. Yeah, I got like, I don't know, that's sort of like the immediate team. I have my friends. I have like other artists that I kind of talk with and work with from time to time. Usually I work alone, but I have my one of my best friends from high school, NXG. He and I came up making music together. We kind of have a different sound now, so we don't really work together much. But
That song, What That Mean, though.
yeah, what that means.
Banger.
Yeah, you know, he's just kind of he's doing his own thing in Philly. I'm doing my own thing out here, and it's really inspiring to see him work and do the best that he can. And also my friend Lim, he's also in Philly. He and NXG work together a fair amount, but Lim is also a big inspiration because he's always working. He's always on the grind, and he makes really good music. So just watching him work and watching him make moves is like, it's an inspiration to me to go do something.
That last, what's it called, feature with NXG was fire. So, you know, if anytime in the future want to do that again, no problem, problems.
Yeah.
So now let's talk a little bit about your musical process, how you go about actually, you know, turning into music, into songs, into a finished product.
Okay. I guess the process is different for every song.
Yeah.
I remember for Skywards, it was the week before When in Oakland came out, which was my album from last spring. And I was like, wow, like, this album's pretty good, but it needs another hit. So I was just like, I was in my lounge up at Sutherland, which is the dorm that I stayed in, just like making this beat with like this little mini keyboard attached to my computer, and I was just like playing the chords and then chopping them up, and just like added this just like distorted like crazy drum line to it. And I remember the first rendition of it, I was like very proud of it, and I sent it out to my friends, and they were like, dude, like, you have to rewrite this, like, the beat's good, but like some of this sounds like, it sounds like way 2000s, like it sounds way too weird and just bad. And I was like, oh, okay. So I rewrote a lot of it, and I rewrote the hook. Like Skywards, the word Skywards was actually a big part of the first hook, which is why the song is called Skywards. But like, I'm pretty sure I only say the word Skywards like one time in the song. But yeah, so that was the process for that song. I just kind of like made it as quickly as I could. Some songs I kind of take a while to make. Like I'll like AWOL went through several renditions. I remember over Thanksgiving break, I was at home and we were about to go to like my grandmother's house for dinner or something like that. And I was just in my room like trying to write this song to this beat I found on YouTube. I was like, oh, I kind of like this.
Yeah.
I got back to Pittsburgh and recorded it and sent it to Ryan. I was like, dude, like this should be the next single. He was like, like, you know, we could make a better beat. I was like, oh really? He said yeah. So we went to the studio like finals week a couple times.
Yeah. On that grind.
Yeah, and we just got to it, and that's how it happened. So like each song is a little bit different. Some songs like I produce myself, which usually starts with me just chilling in my room, like messing around with some chords. I like the sound of like retro stuff, kind of like analog stuff. Like I like warm instruments, stuff like that. So like I always, if I'm not sampling something, which like I'm usually not, cause I don't want to pay for the rights and I'm just trying to do everything clean. I want it to sound like it is a sample. So like I'll just like mess with the sound until it sounds like old and fuzzy, which is pretty cool. But yeah, the process is pretty varying from song to song.
So like I know you probably go through like mad copy like rewrites and things like that just in like the process of editing and all that. But like when you first like finish a beat and then you sit down and write, would you say like you write down the whole thing right then, or like does it take you a little bit like, you know, time? I know, and I'm sure it's probably different every time, but like
I would say for the most part, if I'm like really inspired, I'll write the whole thing then and there.
Yeah.
And I'll try to get a rough recording down. But yeah, there are times where I can write a hook, but I'm just not feeling the verse.
Yeah.
Or like vice versa. And usually the songs that I'm not like fully inspired to write, like those are the songs that just don't ever get finished, realistically. Just because like if the inspiration isn't there when I'm making it, like it's probably not going to be there in the future. So, but sometimes, you know, I'll take a song out of the, like, I don't know, I go through these like months where I'll just make a song a day. I'll throw them all on an album. I'll just like keep going. And I'll just like have listening sessions with my friends and they'll be like, oh, like that one from like 3 like song a days ago, like that was pretty good. Like you should redo that one. You should get that good. And I was like, oh, okay. So yeah, one of the songs on my new album I actually made last summer as kind of like a little joke, but
then you revisited it.
But yeah, all my friends were like, oh, this is good. Like you should actually try to do this. So I was like, all right, might as well.
And like I like that like trial and error and you know just trying it every day. That definitely just gets the juices flowing. You're gonna see what's working well, like what's not.
Yeah.
So now let's talk a little bit about your live performances. I've seen you perform a couple times.
Yeah.
Every time it's pretty lit. I'm not gonna lie. Like it gets turned. It gets turned. So I saw you once with a live band. I've seen you without a live band. Which performance? Nah, I'm not gonna put you in that spot. I'm not. But Jed, talk about a little bit of the differences between the two.
I mean, I'm a perfectionist, so like the live band has its issues because like I can't control every aspect of what's going on, and usually when I'm performing by myself, like, you know, I've set it up so it sounds the way that I want it to.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, not to be like pretentious, but I don't really trust many sound engineers or DJs that I've performed with. Nothing against them.
No, that's fair enough. That's fair enough.
I want it to sound a specific way.
Yeah.
So I always mess with the knobs and stuff like that to get it right. And with the live performance, it's a much less like mixed outcome. But the live performance has an energy that just rapping over the track doesn't have. Like the live performance, the live performance is like really fun, and it really depends on the venue and it depends on the audience. But yeah, I think there's a time and place for each. The live performance, I can play sort of like my chiller jam songs that like, you know, you could elevate the energy to.
Yes.
But like with the without the band, I can just play the bangers because you can't really.
Yeah, nah, I definitely feel exactly what you're saying.
Yeah,
like,
you can play like songs like 6 a.m. and
Yeah.
what that mean and stuff like that, and you know with like a live band rendition of
That's
that,
not
like,
really
it's
gonna
not
do-
it's not gonna
yeah.
be great because you need those trap drums, you need those 808s, like you can't be messing around with bass. But yeah, I think there's a time and place for each.
so then I want to talk a little bit about some short-term goals if you have any
Yeah.
set for yourself. Yeah, let's talk about that.
Short-term goals, well, I guess I don't know if this counts as short-term, but I'm hoping to put out an album in the fall. And
Nah, that's definitely short-term enough.
Yeah. And to do that, I'm giving myself an August 1st deadline to turn in all the tracks for like mixing and mastering.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's a big goal for the summer I have, is just to finish up this album that I've been working on pretty much all year.
Do we have a title, or you don't want to give it away?
I don't want to give it away
no
yet.
issue,
I'm not
no issue.
completely set on it, but I have some big plans for it. It's not just going to be like a musical album.
Yeah.
Like there's going to be more aspects to it. I just don't know what it's going to turn into right now, so I don't want to say much.
Yeah, nah, I feel that.
But yeah, I'm really trying to prove myself with this album and like step it up, and just cuz like I don't know, there's a lot of people up and coming, and like
Yes.
who's better than who is, like, you know, that's all opinion.
100%.
But like you know, and music is whatever, you know, you're gonna like the music that, like, you know, if you're up and coming artist, like if you've met the artist, you're gonna ride for them more than if you haven't met them.
Yeah.
Like all that. And you know, all the up and coming artists I know are just kind of like the same level as me, like kind of just like releasing music on their own, not really like, you know, just kind of local right now.
Yeah,
And
nah, I feel that. One thing I will say, like, real quick,
Yeah.
your stuff is on Spotify, Apple Music, and
Yeah.
all that stuff. So, like, just like not a SoundCloud rapper, you feel me?
Yeah,
Like, you
not a
definitely got
SoundCloud
your
rapper.
stuff out there, and that's a perfect segue into our next point, which is. Nah, just go back to what you were saying, bro. I completely apologize.
Okay. All right.
Oh, nah. What separates you from all these upcoming artists, bro? Like, that was our next question.
Yeah. That was what I was going to get
Yeah.
into, actually. I think one big thing that separates me is my live show. Like, I think it's really good. Like, I think I bring an energy that a lot of artists don't bring.
I can
A
definitely
lot of
attest to
local
that.
artists don't bring. And that's not hate, but that's like confidence. That's me knowing my worth.
Yeah.
And like, there's more to it than just getting up on stage and rapping over beats. Like you have to like engage with the audience.
Yeah.
You have to like dance on stage, and I can't dance. So like, you know, I try. You know, some of the time, like, I'm just doing it ironically, like trying to make a fool out of myself. So like, you know, people are engaged to some aspect. But you know, I really try to make it seem like, you know, if somebody's going to like a showcase or someone seeing me open up for someone else, like, it will stick in their mind. Like
Every single performance is going to be an experience.
yeah. So and that's really inspired by I mean, some of my favorite live shows are Travis, and J. Cole.
J. Cole is crazy live.
Yeah. And that was just like the 2014 Forest Hills tour, like, I will never forget that, because that was just an incredible show. And like,
Yeah.
it's just, and like, I don't have the budget for like an actual set on stage or anything like that, but like, I really try to do it differently, and part of that is bringing on a live band from time to time.
It's a different energy, as you said.
Yeah, it's a
like,
different energy. People are like, oh, wait a second, he's not just gonna rap over these beats, like, he's gonna do something different, because like, you know, you already assume like, oh, he's just another rapper.
Yeah.
Like, you already have this negative association with him before you even see him. So like, I try to change that as much as possible.
And just like Rolling Loud was this past weekend, like week, whatever. But like, you know, last year I was at Rolling Loud, and like seeing all those performances, like they basically have all the big names that are popping for the year perform there, And like some of the people, like obviously you see them perform their sets live, like yeah, they have their sounds mixed and everything, but like obviously that's a part of the performance. But they're doing their stuff live, which is a completely different vibe than these people that are just like, for the most part, these SoundCloud rappers that are just playing their songs in the back and then just yelling like, you know, jump, 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 like the whole time. Like I feel like it has to be a good balance of like both those things, like one, engaging with the audience, getting them to really vibe, like move the hands and everything like that, but also really performing. Like nobody just wants to see you walk around the stage for the whole time. You feel me?
Yeah. Like I don't know. I try to do it differently with the live show. I also think what separates me is I think I mean, I know I said I have a big ego, but like I think a lot of local rappers are pretty egotistical in like the fact that they you know, they know they're going to make it, stuff like that, and they'll just like I don't know how to explain it, but they just kind of have this like feeling that it's like, oh, I'm better than you, like regardless of like who they're talking to, and stuff like that. And they're just kind of like stuck up. They're like, oh, like, you know, you got to check out my video. Like my video is like
the hottest thing out here. Yeah.
And it's like, have confidence, but at the same time, like, you're not on yet.
Yeah.
Like,
you can't act like that. Like,
yeah. And I think one thing that separates me is like, I'm not the most social person, but I think I'm a lot easier to talk to and interact with than a lot of these local artists, because like I'm not like that. Like like I have a big ego, but like it's not like getting in the way of like interaction, and it's not like you know, I'm not going to treat myself on like Instagram and on Twitter like I'm Drake, cuz I'm not Drake. Like I
feel like you're gassing this ego thing because, you know, bro, you're just so down to earth. Like, it's not like anything like that, but like, definitely a chill, like, approachable guy.
Yeah, and I think that one other thing that like a big ego leads to is like you don't have improvement, and like you have the team that you work with, and you have the people that you work with, and you believe that your music is good, and like a big aspect is believing, but you believe it's good and you don't look for the faults in it. You don't look for why or how it can be better. Like,
you gotta be a student of the game.
Yeah, like you have to be a student. Like even people like Drake are still learning.
Yeah, 100%.
And you know, they have appreciation for like other artists and stuff like that. So it just seems like a lot of people are like, this is the sound I have, I'm going to make it with this sound, and I'm going to keep trying this over and over again until it works. And like, that's insane. Like, you have to try something new. Like,
and adjust to that.
If you released the album before, you have to make it better the next time. Like, you have to take it up a level every single time you do something, or else like people want to see a story. People want to see like you know, a success story. Like they want to be engaged with you know,
they want to be part of the come up too.
Yeah, they want to be part of the come up. It can't just be song after song after song. Like there's more to it. Yeah. And I'm not gonna say I figured out how to make it, because I haven't, but I'm still trying to figure it out.
You're experimenting.
I'm experimenting. I'm trying to figure this out, and I'm not gonna say I'm the best, because I'm not. I'm not gonna say like I know what I'm doing, because I don't. You know, I'm just trying to figure this out. But I don't know. It just seems like a lot of people are just like happy with where they're at, and complacency is not a good thing to have.
Definitely always want to progress.
Yeah,
moving forward. So, bro, if you haven't seen Pick Patek live, you definitely need to see him live.
Yeah,
definitely need to check out the show, because even by solo dolo, you know, he gets it lit. So pull up, and we're gonna cut to break right now. We got this song AWOL. We were talking about it earlier before. Banger right here. Let's get it.
I wanna go AWOL. Yeah. A place where the drugs drugs can't take us. A place where the hate won't phase us. Pretty blue skies with the nature. No Instagram with the fake shit. Pretty blue skies with the nature. Watch us fly off in the sunset. Yellow lines roll to create us. Looking at my phone, like leave me the fuck alone. I'm in a city so far from home. 5 hours on this road so long. This blue dream put me in a zone. Sometimes I feel all alone. Then I remember I came with the team, and they will never ever let me go. I'm on the ocean, the last sea, swimming right past me. Double cups, tabs, white snow, blue, relax me. I'm right to your left, so pass me. Flow so nasty, cause I'm a rock star, no athlete. Yeah, I need peace of mind, that purity. Pursue with urgency, like the shit emergency. Lucy, she immersing me, and when I wake up, emerging is the new of me. Instagram for you to see, Snapchat my life away. What the fuck it do to me? Swear this shit is screwing me up like a jubilee. Jump when I say so, mosh at my day shows. When the nighttime come, blunts they rotate, go round and around, round and around. I said she on my brain, go round and around, round and around. If I do what I say so, AWOL. Yeah. A place where the drugs can't take us. A place where the hate won't phase us. Pretty blue skies with the nature. No Instagram with the fake shit. Pretty blue skies with the nature. Watch us fly off in the sunset. Yellow lines roll to create us. Looking at my phone, like leave me the fuck alone. I'm in a city so far from home. 5 hours on this road so long. This blue dream put me in a zone. Sometimes I feel all alone. Then I remember I came with the team, and they will never ever let me go.
Exactly. Section 3, Live in Color, podcast episode 4, here with Pick Patek. You
Yes,
know
sir.
what it is. So this is a question I like to ask everybody. Who are you listening to right now? And you know your favorite music to listen to.
I've been listening to a lot of ASAP Rocky. I've been listening to a lot of Takeoff. Takeoff's album. Really like that album. Who else have I been listening to? I don't know. I always listen to like Neil Young. I actually am a really big fan of Neil Young. And I don't know, nobody else. I guess Future I've been listening to a lot lately. But I wouldn't say I've been on a particular artist lately. There hasn't been like any recent releases that I've just been like astounded by. So like I'm just sort of like recycling old stuff right now. I'm not really like a big fan of anyone at the particular moment.
Any of these new up and coming songs that you like? Some of these like one hit wonders, maybe like any SoundCloud things that you listen to.
I don't really listen. I
Or
mean,
not SoundCloud, but you know, just these pop songs that you know really caught wave real quick.
I've never been into that. Like, I don't know. I never really followed like SoundCloud rap
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Like, I have friends that do, and they'll send me some songs, and I like some of them. But
Any upcoming artists or anything that you know you're seeing on the way?
Upcoming artists. Not honestly, not that I can think of. I haven't really been. Lim, my friend Lim, he just released a mixtape,
Word.
and that's on Spotify. It's called The Statement. That's really good. I've been listening to that pretty consistently, but other than that, pretty much all famous people.
I feel that. What about any local collabs? Anybody that you want to work with? Or any features we can expect in the future? Maybe some hints.
So there's this. I'd always be down to work with Benji. Avatar Benji. He's pretty much at the top in Pittsburgh, and he's making moves and he's dope. He makes really good music. So yeah, I'd love to collab with him. I would say there's this singer, Maddie Davis is her name. She actually lives in like New York or something, but she's dope. She's a really good singer. So I'm trying to get her on some tracks.
Yeah.
But yeah, honestly, like for the most part, like the thing with like collabing with artists. Oh, another artist I like to work with is this guy named Young Guy Burkett. He and I have some unreleased songs together. But
coming up.
Yeah. But I would say that I think that like for the most part I like to work by myself or like with producers because I usually have like a very clear vision of where a track needs to go, and I would much prefer being like finishing a track and then being like, oh, okay, a verse from you might sound nice on this track versus like going into the studio with another artist. Like, I don't know, that's just not how I really work.
Nah, and you said you're a perfectionist, so obviously every little like you want to make sure everything's perfect that you're putting out. Like,
yeah, and I can't control what somebody else is gonna say or rap like. So like and I don't want to be that guy who's like, nah, I didn't like your verse.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna scrap it.
Yeah. So like I gotta keep it.
What about celebs that you like? Let's say you're at the top. Who are you collabing with?
So like I think about this a lot actually. Yeah. On my like debut album,
yeah,
I would the features that I would want would be Future, because he's my favorite of all time. I wouldn't say like I'm greatly inspired by him just because like he talks about things that I have no right talking about. Like I didn't grow up drug dealing.
Yeah.
Or like, I'm not really misogynist or anything like that.
Yeah.
But the thing, like,
these are fair statements. Yeah. These are fair statements.
He's like the king of misogyny.
Yeah.
But like, here's the thing about Future. Like, when Future hops on a song that is not his style, he kills it every single time. Like, if you've ever heard "Fine Wine" by A$AP Rocky or "Earth" by Mac Miller, like Earth is like a boom bap beat.
Yeah.
And Future destroys it. Like, and in Fine Wine, like, it's just this crazy, like, moody beat, and Future just kills it. And The Weeknd has a song with him. Totally forget what it's called, but it's off Starboy. And Future's really good in that song too. And I just think like he's different enough. Like, he could come different on any track that he wants. And I think he would bring a lot to the table. Another artist I would say would be Ty Dolla $ign, just because, if nothing else,
the throwbacks. If
nothing else, for like some ad libs and stuff like that. But he always adds a lot to a track. He can turn a track into a hit. I've been between him and Frank for a while, but like I just think Frank is someone who works better alone. Like, I'm way more of a fan of like Frank songs than Frank features, and that's just how I am. I would say A$AP Rocky would be interesting to get on a track. Just because stylistically, I think there's a lot of middle ground there. I'm very inspired by A$AP sound wise, and I think that he and I would do some cool things together.
Yeah.
And the last feature I would have would be Jaden Smith.
I like that.
Just cause like
I like that.
Like, that kid is different. Like, he's
100%.
weird. He says things that people think are like dumb and stupid and just like like
he
soft or whatever. But he doesn't care.
Yeah.
And he's gonna go out and do whatever he wants regardless. And yeah, like sometimes his music isn't all that great, but sometimes it's like it's really good. Like Sire, I love that.
Yeah,
album.
it was definitely crazy.
Love that.
Wasn't
album.
expecting that at all.
No,
but like huge bangers.
And whether or not like it's him or his producers, like I'll have his producers in the studio too. Like and just the way that he raps and the things he raps about, he's writing those lyrics. Because nobody else would say that other than Jaden. Like, for anyone who thinks he has a ghostwriter, like, no way. Like, that's all Jaden.
And like his message, like Misfits, his brand he got going on.
His message
Just
is really
Water.
good. Like
They
I would
provided-
collab with him like for the opposite reason I collab with Future, just because like he has a really good message.
Yeah.
Where I would say Future not so much, but I don't know. And he's creative. Like he hopped on that Young Thug song Sin, I think it's called. And like that was just different. Like you wouldn't expect him to do well on that song, but he did really well on that song. And he's just another kind of artist that I think like would be able to get on any song. Also Tyler.
I was thinking that the whole time.
Yeah.
I was like, is he gonna mention Tyler? Because I could
He'd be on
definitely
like a
see-
bonus track or something.
Yeah, something real crazy.
Yeah.
So then just talking about normal stuff, like any hobbies that you have outside of music.
Yeah, I rock climb.
Have you been to any crazy mountains or some
Nah,
adventurous
I mean
rock
the
climbing
best.
stories?
I guess my favorite spot that I've been to was this place called Red Rocks in Nevada. It's like 40 minutes outside Vegas actually, but like it's this nice little spot. And just like really nice rocks, really fun actually.
Really nice rocks. Yeah.
If you know about rock climbing, like a nice rock is a nice rock, like, because like there's some bad rocks too, like but yeah, big fan of rock climbing.
Did you used to play any sports or anything?
Yeah, I used to play soccer. I used to play lacrosse.
Oh, lacrosse. What position?
Midi.
I played defense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always wanted to play attack, but my dad was the coach, and he was like, "Nah,
You gotta run.
real
You
lacrosse
gotta
players
run."
play midi."
Yeah.
I was like, psh. But my brother plays defense, and he's actually really good. He's a lot better than I was.
Did you see that rock climbing documentary? It was like Alex something, but he was like,
Alex Honnold, Free
yeah,
Solo?
the free
I actually
climber.
haven't seen it.
It's crazy.
Yeah?
It's so crazy. I saw it in like IMAX, so it was like
IMAX,
nuts. It was
yeah.
nuts.
That's
And he did like
awesome.
free climbing. It was like a quarter mile up in the air or something. Like
Yeah, in
Ridiculous.
Yosemite, El Cap.
yeah.
I went to Yosemite. It was really dope.
Yeah,
But I
wanna
didn't do
go
any
there?
rock climbing.
I've always wanted to go to Yosemite. I was trying to fly out there last summer, but that never happened.
Cali in general, like I like that West Coast area.
Yeah, dude, I'm trying to go
A lot
to
of stuff
Cali.
available.
I'm trying to go out west.
Cost of living though, that's a whole nother question.
I love it here. Like I swear, I'm not gonna leave here until like
It's,
I
like,
can
necessary.
live out there comfortably. Like
Yeah.
like I'm not trying to scrounge out there because the cost of
100%.
living, like you said, like it's crazy. Like you either live far away from anything or like if you live close, like it's expensive.
And like it's a thing where like people are just like going out there with whatever little stuff they have for like 2 weeks. They try and make it real quick. And like one of my friends was telling me like when he went out there like for the 2 weeks, he was like the next hot thing. You feel me? Then 2 weeks later, next hot thing. Like it's just a common cycle of people just coming in trying to make it and then going broke and then having to move
I mean,
back
that's
out.
Hollywood for you.
Yeah,
Everyone
yeah.
thinks that they have their thing, and then 2 weeks later they're
Yeah, I'm trying to be different with it. Like I'm trying to be like pretty smart with it in the way that I come out.
With precision.
Yeah.
Yes. So that's it for section 3. We got break coming on right now. We got Roof Gone about to play. It's a banger right here from When in Oakland.
Yeah.
It's a hit. It's a hit. And you got a music video for this, right?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. Who the fuck is ready for the weekend? Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Man, this week shit. Yeah. Need a reset. Gonna call the switch and fill it with that green shit. Gonna celebrate cause all we do is sleeping. She mad at me for something I don't even know what's up. The hater try to bring me down, but I be going up. Glowing up. Smoking on fire. Headed for leaf flooded, look like denial. I got the sauce, bitch, I'm Pico de Gallo. You fuck with me, click the link in my bio. She go where I go, lit like a pyro. Got 2 girls with me, I think it's a trial. Oops, I'm in trio, I'm fly like an eagle. Looking at my deal, bitch, I'm feeling real rico. I think I took a chick cause she my senorita eater. Vanity amigo, I do got the money like the Vito. Whoa, whoa, whoa. So let's go, let's go, let's go. Hey, so let's go, let's go. Motherfucker, I'm cruising, yeah. With the crew, what I gotta do to get you out of moving, yeah. What? Yeah. Let's get it, let's get it, let's get it. I've been focusing for too long. Got the Addy, I'ma pull it with the roof gone. Look around and think I'm finna bet your boot gone. Rollin' with the squad, you know I cannot do wrong. No, yeah. All my
problems I ain't really gotta deal with. All your bullshit I ain't gotta deal with. Me and my homies live it up, you know the real shit. Keeping the OG with the OG burning real quick. Get a meal quick, about to steal quick. Activists and poppin', feeling kinda seasick. Got a girl, not the one I wanna be with. Still, I'ma eat, make a struggle out of here quick. Me and Lucy watch the sunset. Up next, chillin' with your girl and watching Netflix. My shoulder the headrest, all up in the head just like a necklace. I might check it up and make a breakfast. Cause she be spending the night like I be spending checks. If you're not reading into it, let me say it's sex. Feeling out like a banana, hardly got my clothes on. But every day Friday, so I ain't really gotta work. Nah, I know, hey, yeah. So let's go, let's go, let's go. So let's go, let's go, let's go. So let's go, let's go, let's go. So let's go, let's go. Motherfucker, I'm cruising, yeah. With the crew, what I gotta do to get you out of moving, yeah. Let's get it, let's get it, let's get it. I've been focusing for too long. Got the Eddie, I'ma pull it with the roof gone. Look around and think I'm finna bet your boot gone. Rollin' with the squad, you know I cannot do wrong. Yo, yo.
Section 4, Episode 4, the Live in Color podcast. Here with Pick Patek.
Yes, sir.
You know what it is. So, got kind of a common theme here. You know, some
Question time.
rapid questions.
Yeah, question time.
Led by my man Hudson.
Here we go.
Let's get it.
So, dream vacation spot. Whoever wants to answer it, let me lay the ground rules really fast before I give away everything. You can answer, just pick whoever wants to answer first.
Those are some great ground
Yeah,
rules. You know, like really just laid out. Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, okay, dream vacation spot. Who wants to go first? Whoever.
You got it, bro.
All right. I've been eyeing Nepal for a while. Like the Himalayas.
Very beautiful area.
Yeah. I don't know. My friend's dad had a really crazy trip out there. And that was just like, you know, I don't know much about the area. I'm not gonna lie, but like his experience was like enough to make me really want to go there. So that's my dream spot, Nepal.
I went to like back in middle school. I went to Alaska, and like, bro, that place was beautiful.
I always
like,
wanted to go.
Oh yeah.
it was crazy. Like I drank water, you know, straight from a glacier. You scoop that down. Like there's some refreshing water.
Tastes good.
Yeah, I'm not even gassing, bro. The water tasted different. It was some different type of cleanliness. Like I felt cleansed. Like it was definitely a vibe, and like, you know, just the views and everything. And I went in the summer, so like it's not like too cold out there. It's like a good temperature.
Yeah.
And like it was just something I never expected that I would like Alaska, you know. But Alaska is dope, so I like Alaska. But other than that, I'm also trying to go to South America.
Yeah.
I've never been out there, so like check some things out there. Jamaica, another place I want to try.
Mm-hmm.
I went to Iceland last summer.
Oh, that's another one. My
sick.
friend went there.
Did you go to
yeah.
the hot springs?
I didn't. My mom and my sister went, but I didn't go because they didn't buy tickets for me or whatever.
Yeah.
They were just like, "We're going." I was like, psh. But yeah, but their tap water out there is different. It's different out there. It's like a whole different beverage. Like I could drink that instead of like any beverage here just because it's so good. Like,
The water,
yeah,
really?
like just straight out the tap.
Yeah.
It's there because it comes from freaking glaciers out there. Like it's different.
Yeah, no, my friend went to Iceland, and like the pictures he took out there, like it just looked crazy. Like I need to check that out too.
Yeah.
I think mine would probably be like, I'm going to Yellowstone again in a few weeks.
Yeah?
And like Yellowstone it's consistently just
I
amazing.
love Yellowstone.
It's almost like a different planet at some points. Like I remember I was walking
With
through
the
the woods.
geysers?
Yeah, and then you just hit a clearing and there's green water flowing and it's like bubbling hot and there's like it's so crazy. It's so
Yeah.
crazy.
So do you like check out different spots every time you go? Because like I know it's a huge park. Right? Do
Yeah.
you like to like revisit the same areas?
Well, I went with my dad for the first time, and we just tried to hit as much as possible. And then the second time, I'm going with my mom, so then that'll be a little different. Gonna try to hit some of the same spots, but there's like you really, if you just go on a trail, you'll find something.
A bunch
and,
of
like,
stuff. Yeah,
It's not even marked, and so it's so crazy. But there's like, you know, that big pit that they always show. It's like blue and green and red. They have all these colors in it. Like apparently someone fell in there and like died immediately because it's super acidic and boiling hot.
Really?
And there's not even a rail. There's just a little thing of wood.
Yeah, dude,
It's
that's
crazy.
what was crazy about it. It was like about a foot off the ground.
Is that someone?
Yeah.
Whose is that? Is that me? That might be me.
Is that my phone?
Oh,
Yeah, I think it's sure.
We'll let it in. It's okay.
That's my
Nah,
bad. I didn't
nah.
realize the
Ruining the
ring was
live
on.
So-
broadcast. Unbelievable. No. No, it's all good. All right. So the next question, which is one that AD hates, but I'm going to ask anyway, and whoever wants to answer first can answer. What came first, the chicken or the egg?
It's a terrible question.
It's a good question.
What do you say? What's your answer?
No. I want to hear your take first. I have an answer to this question, even though I hate this question. There's no point in asking this question. But like,
I'm gonna go with egg. I always go with egg.
Yeah, but is there any reason behind that, or is it just a,
Yeah, cause, I mean, first of all, for a chicken to be born, it has to come from an egg, right?
Yeah.
So like, through like evolution and stuff, the things.
Yo, that's
the
the
things that-
money answer right there. That's
Yeah.
the money answer. Yo, that's exactly what I was about to say. I'm glad you said it because I never met somebody that had the like-mindedness like me, But we out
Yeah,
here.
it has to be the egg.
Yes, the evolution.
Yeah,
is
so
definitely-
like two similar to chicken animals, but not actual chickens, probably had sex and made an egg, and then that egg turned into be a chicken.
Yeah, over some time.
Yeah.
Evolution. Key answers right there.
I read somewhere that there was like the protein that makes up an eggshell is like super unique, and so you had to have had a chicken first to create the protein. So I don't know. I'm no scientist, but
That's
We're just gonna.
I
let
don't
that go.
yeah, I don't know.
We're
AD,
just gonna let
you
that
are the
go.
science major, so I'm gonna take.
I'm
your
telling
word
you the
for
egg
it.
right here.
it's gotta be.
Take
the
my
egg.
word for it. Yeah.
Okay. Different question. What dream job did you have when you were a kid?
I mean, personally, I've always wanted to be a doctor,
Yeah,
and like I'm on my tracks to do
you're
that
still
right
trying
now.
to do that.
Yeah, you feel me? So I'm trying to accomplish these childhood dreams.
Yeah,
On the side, maybe do some business here and there. I would like to break into the business world. We'll see about that.
okay.
How about you?
I wanted to be a mathematician or like an architect.
Architect, that would be pretty dope.
Yeah. I have a friend at architecture school at CMU though, and he's going through hell right now. I mean, he loves it because it's
Yeah.
what he wants to do, but like the stuff they put you through at that school, man, it's different.
Yeah, I've heard that on
Like I
multiple
love Pitt.
accounts.
I don't want to work like crazy hard like that. Like they don't have time off.
It's a different level. Nah, actually, bro, they have the whole carnival going on. Like their school throws them a huge carnival for a week.
Well, it's
They
'cause they
get-
work so hard.
Yeah,
They get reading days in between their finals. Like we don't
My
get these
sister
things,
has that.
bro.
I did
we
not
don't
know
get
that
these
was a
things.
thing, but they have a whole week of no classes,
Yeah.
and you have reading days.
What is
to
that?
Study. You
Where
study
have time
before
to
finals
study
week.
without having classes. You feel me?
Oh, so professors can't be like, oh no, we're not having this exam finals week. We're having it the week before. So like you're not.
You can't
Like-
do that. Like
No,
during the
they have
reading
like
week, like there's
end
no
of
class
school
whatsoever.
and then a week and then finals.
That's genius.
Yeah.
Yes. Isn't it so much better because you actually have time to really
I would
review?
waste
Like
that time.
probably,
100%,
but at least
100%, yeah,
it's there. You
100%.
feel me?
I would not take advantage of that
But
week.
then there's no
Yeah.
excuse to doing really bad
Yeah.
because it's like you had a whole freaking week to do it. So.
Yeah. And
Yeah, but I like having an excuse.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I can blame my grades on someone else.
that's fair.
Yeah.
I always wanted to be an astronaut, and I still want to be an astronaut. And then it was a really sad day when I like told my mom I wanted to be an astronaut, and she's like, I think there's like a height limit for that. And I was like,
Is there really?
I mean, there has to be.
I guess,
I'm
but like
6'5".
I didn't
I
think,
can't fit in a space shuttle
Yeah,
Why
that's
not? Why
fair.
not?
because I can't be like a fighter pilot.
So are you saying they prefer shorter people?
Are you?
They
If
got
you
to.
become an astronaut and I don't become an astronaut, AD, I'm gonna be pissed. Okay.
I don't know. Like even if they gave me the opportunity to go out into space, I can't
Bro,
say
think
that I
about
would
all the
100% take it.
calculations though. They have to get like everything perfect.
Yeah, nah. So there is an ideal body height weight, I guess.
Yeah.
I think I saw somewhere that like our iPhones have like 1 million more computing power than the first spaceship or like the Apollo mission spaceship. All the computers on that, or like all the calculations involved in sending someone to the moon. Like our iPhone is like 1 million times more powerful than that. Which is
I've heard
crazy.
that too. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Technology has come a long way.
Indeed. What are you looking forward to most this summer? Well, yeah.
I'll let you go first.
Oh, this summer.
Yes.
I'm just looking forward to good sessions. I work this job from like 8 to 4. I call it a 9 to 5 just because that's like a term.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like it's like 8 to 4. Yeah. So like when that gets out, it's nice because like it's different from school, where it's sort of like you got to worry about schoolwork and stuff like that for the whole week,
Yeah.
24/7. But with this, it's sort of like you're there. If it sucks, it sucks.
And you leave work at work.
If it's fun, it's fun, but you leave it there
Yeah.
regardless. You know, I can't even work from home. I'm an intern, so like they won't
Yeah.
let me work from home. They say it doesn't count, which is weird to me. But yeah. So like I don't know. I'm just hyped because now I have like weekends free and like evenings free and stuff like that. I can record so much. Like I can just practice. You know, also like, you know, it's good to like socialize and kick back, and like a lot of my friends are here this summer too. Last summer, there weren't really many people that I was friends with here. So it was kind of like, I'm not gonna lie, it was a little bit of a lonely summer.
Yeah.
But this summer it's lit. Like, you know, there's mad people here. And that's just nice. You know, you get back from work, you get done with the session, and then
You
your
have
friends
people
come
to chill
over.
with, yeah.
You know.
Yeah, no, that's definitely something I'm looking forward to.
Yeah.
Over the summer, things like that. Trying to hit some vacation spots, so we'll see about
Yeah.
that. Little road trips here and there. I always like to fit in some road trips in the summer.
Oh yeah, definitely.
How about you, Hudson?
Mostly just getting the channel built, like get the groundwork laid, get it moving. We've got these T-shirts coming out,
Charity tees, you know,
charity tees.
live in color for the kids. All the proceeds is going to Boys and Girls Club of America.
Mm-hmm.
That's nice.
So yeah, you know, just everybody support the cause. Tell your families, everyone. You know, you're supporting Live in Color. You're also supporting the kids. It's two birds, one stone. It's not an easier question than this. So you know, parents, cousins, everybody could support the message.
For the kids.
Exactly.
I'm also trying to learn how to master more, like master music, because I feel like I've started to like develop my own sound production wise, but
Yeah.
then it like comes to actually like mastering if someone else wants to do vocals over it or something like that. It's just there's so
Yeah, you
much
gotta
to
make
learn.
room for it and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
there's so much to learn.
Yeah.
It's fun. I enjoy it. What is your beverage of choice? Is it Icelandic tap water?
This is a
I'd go
key
with
question.
Icelandic tap water. I'm not gonna lie. Like water when it's good, it's the best. But like, you know, I also love root beer.
Root beer.
That's a strong choice.
A&W though. Not first of all, like Barks and Mug are just Barks is not good.
What about Stewart's? Do you like Stewart's root beer?
I've never had that.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
maybe that's just a Jersey thing.
It could be.
Cause like they have like two shops, but like there's like they make root beer that is like naturally produced. I want to say.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, some quality root
You
beer.
ever have Virgil's?
Virgil's.
Yeah,
is
I've had
fire.
Virgil's.
You like Virgil's?
Yeah.
I think A&W is still better.
Goose Island. Have you had that one?
Nah.
That one's. I might be local, like Chicago, but that one's really good.
Oh yeah. I went to a football game once at like, you know, one of the Pitt football games, and they were serving like homemade root beer, but it was like
Ooh.
$10 a cup, and I was just like, no way.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
no, that's too much.
Like
That's
I'll
too
pay
much.
for root beer. I will spend money on root beer, but like not that. Cause I also love A&W. Like it's good.
Yeah,
And it's
I'm
not
not gonna
$10.
It's not
Yeah.
$10. It's cheap. Like I can go to the corner store and get that.
True.
Like, yeah.
I'm gonna have to say iced tea. Like I'm not a big fan of sodas and stuff.
Sweet or unsweet?
Sweet, definitely.
Oh.
Unsweetened
Oh.
is nasty. If you drink unsweetened iced tea, don't even
I'm
talk
from
to
the
me, bro. Like,
civilized
nah.
world up north where we
No.
drink. I think you might actually be higher than me, latitude wise, but
Yeah,
still from the civilized world where we don't
Jersey
sweeten
all
our
over
stuff.
the place, north and south, everything.
Central Jersey exists. Like,
It exists.
Nah, we forget about you.
yeah. No, it's definitely a thing. Like if there's a top and a bottom, there has to be a middle. That's the only way things work.
Logically, yeah.
Yes.
But it's almost like a two-part state, like the shape of it. I don't know.
A top, a bottom, and a middle,
Yeah,
right?
Y'all
yeah.
just weren't getting recognition, so like
Yeah.
y'all just wanted to make a name for yourselves.
I'm just trying to
Central
validate
Jersey is where it's at,
Jersey
though.
as much as possible.
Why is Central Jersey any better than North Jersey or South Jersey?
It's
not.
different. I'm telling you, the vibe in North Jersey is completely
Explain
different
one
than the
difference.
vibe
Yeah,
in South
come on.
Jersey. Nah, that's a
They have
that's a
darker
podcast
spray
in itself
tans
right there.
in
You know, I
South
can't get
Jersey.
Bro,
so
I would
deep
love
into
to be
it.
a guest on your Pro Jersey podcast.
I will, bro. I've given speeches about how Jersey is a top 5 state to live in.
that?
I will tell you all the facts, and people
That's
are persuaded.
crazy. That's
You know how
so
many people in my
crazy.
class were like, "Yo, I need to move out to Jersey, man. This sounds lit." I'm like, "You've been sleeping."
And then they get there and they're like, oh,
No,
oh
Bro,
no.
I'm not gonna
People
lie.
don't
I've
leave
been
Jersey
to
when they get
Jersey.
there.
I've been to Jersey. It's not like I'm uneducated on the
no,
matter.
but you're outside Philly, so like, it doesn't count.
So
bro.
it's better
No.
because I'm used to something better.
No,
I'm not gonna say
That's
Philly
it.
is like a world class city. but
No,
it's
I'm
better
saying
than
Pennsylvania in
Jersey.
general, bro. We got Philly, we got Pittsburgh, we got all middle of nowhere. Like,
We got the Amish.
yeah,
Don't hate on the Amish.
we have the Amish market in Jersey. What's good with it? Yeah,
I will say, y'all got pizza.
The pizza slaps different.
Pizza's different. Pizza, I don't know, bro.
Yeah.
It could just be this city because pizza's
No,
awful.
yeah,
Oh, it's
100%. I
so
tell
bad.
everybody that.
And you know
Nobody
Chicago,
understands.
right?
Yeah, we have
Okay,
deep
so
dish.
you get pizza too.
We've got
Yeah,
deep
you get
dish.
deep dish. You get
The
New
New York
Jersey
style?
pizza.
New York
Yeah.
style's
New
the
York
best.
style. I mean, we get it all the way down.
Yeah,
to
yeah,
Philly.
you guys definitely do.
I mean, plus like we got like hoagies and cheesesteaks and
cheese
stuff like
steaks.
that too. Like we have different
Cheesesteaks
bread.
hit.
I don't know. The bread out here is just not good.
Yeah, bro, they don't know how to make the dough. Yeah, it
No.
comes down to the water actually. Like
Really?
in apparently in Texas, like the way they recreate the New York style pizza is because they import like trucks of water from New York.
Really?
Like it's
the-
specifically the New York water that makes
That's
this dough
crazy.
like
That's
what it
wild.
is. Yeah, I never knew that. Somebody educated me one day.
Yeah. No, Jersey has some good food. I'm not gonna lie.
Yes, and good people
Yeah.
and good things to do. We got
What is there to do?
Yeah.
so we
Look
got
at New York.
we got
that's what
grounds
you
for
can do.
sculpture, which is like a nice like artistic scene, if you will. You know, there's just like obviously a garden and then all these sculptures throughout that you can walk through. Some of them are interactive and stuff. It's a nice vibe. We got Great Adventure, and it's like
Who are some artists coming out of Jersey right now?
Mir
Oh.
Fontaine.
He's from Camden, basically Philly.
We got I Am the Real AK. It's my boy from the hometown.
Yeah, I'll give you.
The
Okay, he's good.
732.
He's good.
He's popping off right now.
Also, Mir Fontaine. I'm not gonna lie. Mir Fontaine hasn't dropped something since like.
What are you talking
2016.
about, bro? He just dropped the album last week. See, you're uneducated. You're coming to Jersey, you're
Oof.
uneducated. It doesn't work.
All right, how about Skinny from the Nine?
I'm not with all that drama.
Bruh, he's from Jersey.
I mean, we could talk about BDC too if we're gonna talk about Skinny from the
Yeah,
Nine.
let's
but
talk about BDC.
It's okay.
Let's talk about BDC.
What you got to say about BDC, bro?
I just gotta say, y'all claim BDC.
Personally, I don't. I
As a
don't.
state, you do.
That's why I mentioned I am the real AK. Like, nah, we out here trying to represent that real message. You feel me? We're not just clout chasing. Like,
But BDC is for the kids.
I mean, bro, every time he tries to show up to the school, the cops come. So, like, I don't know what
What?
to tell you. It's not for the kids. Like,
You know Ava Louise?
yeah, I've seen that. She's the girl from Dr. Phil that
Yeah.
stuck her shoe in somebody's
That's
face.
Jersey.
Nah, she's from PA. I'm pretty sure, bro.
No way.
Yeah, she's from outside Philly.
Bro,
Yeah,
no.
she's from outside Philly.
No.
But now she did make a song with BDC. Why are we giving them this much airtime? Like, nah, it's okay.
Yo, I heard y'all got a rapper named Lil Toenail.
Yo, I've actually heard this name before, but like I haven't personally heard any music.
I don't know. My friend showed me. She's from Jersey too.
Yo, while we're on this,
I was
bro,
showing her BDC and she was showing me Lil Toenail.
when what's it called? We gotta talk about that show that I was at when I saw Dizzy back in the day.
Yeah.
And then you were opening up,
Yeah.
and then we had
That
this
was my
dude.
first show.
Really, first?
Yeah. First
That's
ever.
dope. That's dope. So I saw that back in the day before I even knew you. Like,
Yeah.
saw Dizzy Wright, and then there was this dude Johnny B. Good. Yo,
Johnny B. Good.
got this song A-OK.
Way better live set than he had music.
100%. Yeah, we tried to listen to the song later. I still got it on SoundCloud.
He got this one good song. A-OK. It was pretty good.
Yeah. But like the actual track of it don't hit. I'm sorry.
No hate.
No hate, yo.
No
No, we're
hate.
just
Keep
keeping it
doing
real
you.
out here. Yeah, we
Keep
just
doing you.
100%. I hope you
Bro,
make
we're
it, bro.
making enemies today.
Low key, bro. A lot of bold statements, a lot of bold opinions here.
Most of our fan base is in Jersey, and like we're definitely losing them after this.
No,
That's for
because they're
sure.
gonna see how hard I ride for Jersey, and they're gonna be like, "Yeah, this man AD knows what's good. He's really repping us. He's not letting anyone talk down on Jersey because we don't let that happen." And we just remember that Central Jersey exists always.
If you need a reminder that your part of the state exists, I don't think it's.
No, but
Yeah,
people,
for real.
Yeah, like I say I'm
Wow.
from Chicago, and everyone's like, "Oh," because it's got clout.
Chicago hits different.
Exactly.
but how big is the region of outside Philly, bro? You don't say your town, you just say outside Philly.
I say Philly, but I'm also from New York, so I say I'm from New York
Hey,
too.
I'm from New York too.
Yeah,
What part?
Stan-
Manhattan.
Me too. I
yeah?
think so. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's why I'm named Hudson. Because
Oh, for real?
Yeah, they could see the river right outside their horrible apartment. But
Oh, that's cute. That's
where,
cute.
Where was the apartment at?
I don't remember. I think it. I don't remember.
Where?
I don't want to say something that's wrong.
I was in Staten Island for a little bit.
Yeah,
It was while my dad was at medical school. So yeah,
gotcha.
cool stuff.
Yeah.
Shall we move on to the next question? I
Yes,
didn't
yes,
know
yes.
that beverage of choice would be so controversial.
I knew it would. Beverage of
But-
choice always matters, you know?
Did you even give your beverage of choice, or
I
you
said
said
iced tea.
sweet tea?
Yeah. But nah, I'll also say,
gonna say
Calypso, the
unsweet
lemonades.
tea.
The lemonades.
I can't get jiggy with iced tea.
I'm saying unsweet.
It's the
iced
perfect
tea
thing
is
for
my
everything,
favorite
bro.
thing.
The perfect thing for
No,
everything. You get a little
no.
peach tea lemonade.
That's
No,
good.
bro,
Yeah.
just get some lemonade.
No, you need
Lemonade
to have
is better than iced tea. I'll
Just
say
drink
that.
some lemonade.
Both of them are
Why you gotta
fire.
mix these drinks,
different tastes. Expanding the palate.
bro? What?
Yeah.
If you could start a charity of your choice, what cause would it support? Hopefully, this is less controversial.
All right, I'll go.
Yeah.
It would probably support like See, charity. That's an interesting question. It would probably go towards like I don't know. I think a lot of the ways that we as a society handle like mental health and like specifically like eating disorders and stuff like that, like, is just like wrong. Like,
We
I
need
don't
to
know.
change the way we think about those things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would go toward I would try to create more of like not necessarily like an awareness, but sort of like a realization that like, you know, a lot of people suffer from these issues, and like, you know, and like this is something like I've had people close to me like suffer from this stuff. So
Yeah.
it's like, you know, everybody chooses like something that, you know, really impacts them.
That's them, yeah.
So yeah, like I think we need to change the whole stigma around that sort of stuff and figure out a good way to deal with this stuff, just because like it seems like a lot of places are just incapable of dealing with this stuff.
No, I definitely respect that, and I
Yeah.
definitely feel like a change is needed. You know, like somewhere moving in the future, we need to change the way we approach these things.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm gonna go kind of back to the environment and like,
Okay.
Yeah, you've been saying education the last few weeks.
Yeah.
You got like a new one?
well, education. You know, we're trying to hop on that with Live in Color Tea. Just a little start point here. Not that we're making any dents in the actual education system as a whole, but like trying to donate some money to the Boys and Girls Club. So if you want to help out with that, buy one of those T-shirts. You know, support the cause. But just on another note, another issue that definitely needs addressing is the environment. Like, we need to do something about this, man. Like, we just can't let it keep going where it's
Yeah.
headed. Like,
I would say that'd be the other thing. That's
Yeah.
like number 2 on my list.
definitely, yeah. Like, I feel like everyone knows that this is like a really pressing problem that's coming up right now, and like we just have to, like, us as consumers, we really have like the power, but like at the same time, I understand you don't have the money to be able to like go do like certain things because they cost more money. Like, obviously, you have to live on a budget and all that. But like the more conscious we get as consumers, the better like we can see what we want projected out there. So like
And we can make a difference in the people we vote for in office and stuff like that.
exactly what like policies they have and stuff. So like
Yeah.
stay educated on that.
Yeah, no. I mean, one of my friends posted on Facebook, they were saying like this 2020 election, like it has to be about climate change. Like that has to be like
The pressing issue.
That has to be the issue. Cuz like that's something that's irreversible. Like
Yeah, bro,
taxes
it's
and
really
stuff
getting
like
to that point. It's-
Taxes is reversible. Like you get a Democrat, you get a Republican, like bruh, like you know, one is gonna undo everything that the other did. But like if you're starting to fix the environment, like that's different. Like
Yeah.
like that you know, if you're doing good things for the environment, like that can't necessarily be undone. Like you're gonna see changes. You're gonna see good changes. And like, you know, if you keep doing bad things to the environment, like it's gonna become a point where like we can't do anything about it.
Hopefully we see these changes in our lifetime, you
Yeah.
know, like we can't wait that long.
Yeah.
I read somewhere that like I think it was like climate change is one of the most important. This might be totally wrong, but like if I remember correctly, it was like climate change is one of the most important issues to young people. But then for the older demographic, it's not at all.
Yeah, it was just crazy because the older demographic runs this country, and it's
Yeah.
like they're the ones who are like tied up with like oil companies. So they're like, I mean, we're
Well,
not gonna be here for a while, so like, who cares?
Exactly, like we're worried about
And
it tomorrow.
my family got money, so like, who cares?
Yeah.
It's like, you know, all the people who would actually suffer the ramifications of climate change are like, what about us?
Do you guys want to move on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who have been your biggest role models? It can be like teachers, family. We've covered, I think, even celebrities. Like really, just anyone who you want to shout out.
Coaches, family, friends, support system. Going back to that mental health, definitely anyone that checks up on you, make sure you're doing good, you know. That's a real friend right there. And yeah, shout out to loyal people just in general. I really respect loyalty. So anyone that's been loyal to me in my life, I appreciate you.
Yeah, I would say. I mean, like, I would say I draw inspiration from a lot of different people, and I think it'd be, I don't want to name some people and not name others.
Yeah,
like,
100%. I feel
like
that.
it's not about that. Like
Yeah.
it's just like some small things that people do. Like they don't even realize that they're doing them
And they make a
sometimes,
change.
and it's like wow, like that just really inspires me sometimes. And like sometimes it's big things, sometimes it's small things, but like either way, like I don't know, you gotta find inspiration like wherever you can. Like you can't wait for it. Like that's something you have to look for.
I think a big thing is like honest people, because like even if like for me personally, like even if I disagree with someone, if I know that they're like their intentions are like just to say what they think, and like like I guess to like bring it back to like what we were talking about with like politics and the environment and everything, if I don't like the idea that like people have something that they're saying but you can obviously tell they're not sincere, they're lying about it, and I'd rather if like more people were just
Just be
honest.
real with you. Yeah.
Because if you're being honest, at least I know that like you actually hold those beliefs.
Yeah.
That's why I feel like, our viewers today should respect your opinions, because, you have some
Yeah.
bold
Yeah, we were talking
statements,
about
but
this
you're
in the
speaking
break,
from the
but-
heart. You feel me? So, like, respect it. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, I had this friend freshman year. We would talk a lot about like politics and religion and stuff like that. And like he was very Catholic. And I'm not religious at all, and like, we differed on a lot of different things. A lot of different viewpoints, but like I always loved talking to him because it wasn't like we were at each other's throats. Like we were both educated on the things we were talking about, and at the same time we were learning about what each other had to say. We were getting a different view, and you can't be like isolated in your view. Like you can't be like, I'm right, everybody else is wrong. Like there's some truth. There's there's a reason why people believe what they believe and think what they think. Like people aren't idiots. I mean,
not everyone can come with like that mindset. People just have like a want to be right, and then rather than just hear the other person out and see like their point of view for it.
Yeah, and I don't know. There's like with the Trump versus Hillary election, like there's a big divide in the country where like neither side would listen to the other side.
Yeah.
And it's like we can't have that. Like what does that mean? Like now we have a president that's supported by like less than half of the country. Like that's not gonna work. And like it would be the same if Hillary was president. Like it's just like we can't have that. Like we need
Some
unity
unification,
and something like
yeah.
that. Yeah. So like people need to be more open minded. Like whether or not you think you're ever gonna agree with somebody, hear them out. Because like even if not, like
You'll
I don't
know at least how they're thinking about things. Like,
yeah, and for me, like one thing that I really find interesting is like religion and stuff like that, and like maybe it's because like I was never brought up religious, so I'm not religious, and like I have my views on the world and how it works and stuff like that, and why things are the way that they are, and they come from a whole bunch of different experiences, but there's a reason why religion is such a prominent thing, and that interests me. Not that I think I'm gonna become religious, like I have no intent to, but like I wanna actually like learn about it
and
like,
see where other people are coming from.
People are coming from, because like then that gives me like then I become a better person just for understanding somebody else. Like I like walking around saying like religion is stupid is just like
That's ignorant. Yeah, that's ignorant.
That's
Especially
ignorant.
since like some of the smartest people in the history of
Yeah.
the world have been religious. So
yeah,
it's like,
yeah. Like,
Yeah.
come on now. Is
Yeah.
it really that stupid? But
good discussion. AD, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, no, I have a question that we should have touched on earlier,
Yeah.
but I want to know how you got your name.
Pick Patek.
Yes, Pick Patek. How'd you get that?
So
Trying to get this Patek sponsorship.
yeah. They would never do that. They're the freaking most pretentious watchmaker. But yeah, so I remember in 9th grade, I was making this song with my friend. He goes by the name Primo, but he's a producer.
What that mean, right?
Yeah, he did What
Yeah.
That Mean. But like we had this song back in 9th grade. It was called Ya. And like I said something about like me and like I thought he was going by like OG Primo or something like that. So I was like me and OG or something like that. but then people just started thinking I was talking about myself, which doesn't make any sense. I was like me and like OG, but like I don't know. So people started calling me OG Pick, and I was like, okay, I can vibe with that because like my last name is Pickering, so like Pick comes from my last name. So that's where like the Pick came in. I kind of dropped the OG just because like I don't know, it seemed a little weird to me. So I was going through Pick. I was going by Pick for most of senior year, and then I remember I was trying to make an Instagram because me and NXG had this joint Instagram for like our collective that we had, and we were like, well, we're gonna be going to different colleges. Like we need to split up. Like, like we're gonna be different artists. Like this is what we gotta do. So we both made like our own Instagrams, and he stuck with NXG. He's always been NXG. But I was trying to come up with a cool handle. And I was like, Pick. Oh, that's taken. What about Pick Patek? That sounds kind of cool. So like that was just a handle. Like I was still going by Pick. Yeah. And then people just started like in school, like they would just call me Pick Patek.
Because the Instagram was popping.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, okay, like that's interesting. Like maybe I should just rock with that. So yeah, I just stuck with it. And like when I came to college, like that was the name on like all my songs on SoundCloud and on like Spotify, and on like actually I don't think I had a Spotify at that point, but that was just like my SoundCloud, and like Off-White was out on YouTube, and there was like Pick Patek, Off-White, so people just called me Pick Patek. I was like, all right,
I'm stuck.
Like they know me as Pick Patek. Like there's no discrepancy here. Like that's what they're gonna call me. So I was like, all right, I might as well stick with it.
Is there any other questions you want to ask, Hudson?
If you want to do some like rapid fire ones, we could do that.
Sure.
Favorite movie recently that you've seen, old, whatever?
Ooh, that's a good question.
I'm gonna say Wolf of Wall Street for me though.
It's a fun movie.
Yeah, that's definitely one of my favorite movies. And Spider-Man.
Which one?
Well, I do like. I have a certain. Yeah, I like the new Tom Holland ones that are coming out now, but I also have a special place for the Tobey Maguire ones back in the day. Like
you gotta.
Yeah. But I like what they're doing.
I like I would say like I like Inception and The Matrix.
The Matrix
Those
is
are probably my top two.
like top two. Yeah, I would say all the Matrix movies are so far.
Yeah.
Well, the first one's the best.
First one's the best, but the other two like really interesting storylines.
Mm-hmm. I saw this new movie. It's on Netflix. It might be new. I don't really know. It had Zac Efron, and it was about he played Ted Bundy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was like extremely shocking, wicked and vile or something.
Yeah, my roommate was watching that. I caught like the last 30 or 40 minutes.
Absolutely
really,
crazy.
Really interesting.
Yeah, he was a really scary Ted Bundy. So good for Zac Efron, I guess.
Was it a scary show?
What?
Was it a scary show?
It's just like a psychological thriller.
It's a movie, not a show.
I feel like those are low-key scarier than those jump scares though, because they get you thinking like.
The last scene was freaky because like they never really showed any of the victims like what he did, and then she like put a picture of like this girl with her head cut off onto the glass like because he was in jail, and he like wrote in on it like she was like, where does head go, and then he just wrote on the fog hacksaw, and you hear like a saw going the whole time, and it was like, oh my, it was freaky. It was definitely freaky.
Yeah, he is a manipulative dude. I was reading about it afterward, just like trying to learn about him, and I think like some of the quotes from the movies were like quotes from like phone calls that he had with like his ex-girlfriend, but he was saying how like I don't know, my roommate and I were like having this like debate on like whether he was like actually like quote unquote like disturbed or not, and my whole argument was like he wasn't. He just believes everything he's doing is right. Like he thinks he's above everything, and like he's just like that's just the way he is. Like there's nothing wrong with him per se. It's just like he just cannot exist in this society.
Yeah.
So you're saying he didn't see the wrong in any of his actions? It's like,
oh no way.
Yeah, but then one of the transcripts from like the phone was like I saw this girl once on a college campus, and I started following her, and I didn't want to follow her, but like I kept following her, and like my body was just doing things that I didn't want it to do. But like at the same time, like this dude, remember, like he's a master manipulator.
Yeah.
Like that could have all been a plot.
100%.
Like you know, like he could have been up to something the whole time. Like he really could just be different with it.
Freaky dude.
Yeah.
Favorite book? I know AD doesn't read.
What? That's a bold statement.
You told
right
me
there.
that last night.
Nah, I
You don't
read,
read?
man. I read. Always stay educated. You know. You can go first though. I gotta think about this.
He's like, what are some popular books right
Yeah.
now?
Low key.
Oh shoot. Yeah, I haven't read a book in a while. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie.
See, like, all right. Once you get into, once you have readings for classes and stuff, it's hard to do some reading like on the side.
That's
like,
fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
I haven't read any of my passion books. You know. There's this book called The Secret, which is catching on with a lot of my friends. My mom was on that before, and like it's just kind of like reaffirming some like life advice, I guess. Like people hit a point in where they just need some retelling of like things they need to look out for, things they need to do, and it just gives you some hints at like how to get through the day, and you know, push yourself to be better. So like that's kind of catching on. I guess I could recommend that book. I've read that, but some other books out there, you know, that I really like, just not coming to the head right now.
Yeah. It seems like, I don't know, more and more so, like, I'm more interested in sort of, like, philosophical, like, self-help books. Where before I was, like, always interested in, like, fantasy and stuff like that. And, like, science fiction. But, I can't say, like, a favorite book, but I will say a book that I'm interested in reading. Like, do y'all know who Jordan Peterson is?
Yeah. He's
like,
one of my favorite guys.
He's mad controversial. But, like... And, like, I don't know, I've been watching a lot of his YouTube videos, and I have, like, really mixed feelings on him. But like, his book is like, one of the biggest selling books right now.
12 Rules for Life is what it's called.
Yeah. And I don't know, I'm just interested in reading it, because, like, you know, like, people praise him on his book, but, like, some of the things he says are just, like, kind of crazy. Yeah, like I don't know, some people call him like a pseudoscientist. Some people really praise him. Like, I don't know, I want to know what it's all about.
If watch his like psychological lectures that he was like before all the controversy started around him, because he was just like a normal lecturer, and he has this one series called Maps of Meaning. That stuff is fascinating.
Really?
It's all about consciousness and like the role that narrative plays in like the human experience.
Yeah,
it's pretty sweet.
See, I think a lot of the things that he says is fine. But like, I think, like, people really pick out the things that he says that are, like, he doesn't believe in, like, the gender pay gap or anything like that, which is, like, kind of weird to me. And, I don't know, he like, doesn't really believe in, like, a lot of those things, and, like, I feel like a lot of his followers misinterpret the things that he says and take them to mean like you know, he wants like men's rights activists and stuff like that. Like he like
They interpreted it.
I think they're misunderstanding. I think there's a big misunderstanding in what he's trying to say. Like, I think people really try to paint this picture of him that's whack. I think some of the things that he says are whack, but I think some of the like just like politics out of the equation, I think the things that he says are, like, really interesting and, like, worth thinking about, you know? Like, you know, you got to make your own opinion on people these days. Like, you know, whether you're, like, liberal or conservative, like, you know, every news source is, like, warped. Every person you get information from has a bias. So it's, like, you really got to do your research and figure out what you think about these people for yourself. Yeah. Just because, like, they really could be different.
And I think, like a thing that he does really well is like it's controversial, but he asks the questions that like aren't supposed to be asked in a way. Yeah. And I think like it's not even his opinion. He's just asking like, here are the hard questions that you're considered a bad person for asking, but like let's ask it. Is there anything to it? I think that's something that's really useful.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll agree with that.
You got anything to say, AD, or? Mm-hmm. I'm reading the Bhagavad Gita right now. It's pretty fire. Yeah? I like it. Yeah, it's really cool.
My dad read that a while ago. He was a big fan.
It's not too long, but it's really interesting.
Have you ever read, like, Siddhartha?
Yeah, Siddhartha is fantastic.
That's one of my favorite books.
That's a great book. Have you read that?
We read it in school.
Yeah, same. It was really good. To Kill a Mockingbird as well for the school books.
It's a really good book.
Yeah.
One of my favorite school books.
I was
Is
like,
that you not liking it?
nah, I was just like rushed to read it, and you
Oh,
know when you're
okay.
rushed to read things, you
Mhm.
can't really enjoy them. So like, yeah, reading was taken away from me.
I feel like the
I
way the
couldn't
school
enjoy
system does it
reading.
is so messed up because it's like you have to read like I just feel like it's too forced.
Bro, we used to have this system in middle school where you would have this paper, you would have to read like 9 books in like the 3-month period, and they had to fill out like a certain amount of requirements, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like some had to be science fiction, some had to be historical fiction, like realistic fiction, whatever, like choice, mystery, all that, like, and you had to like meet all these requirements, and like you had to do a minimum of 9. So like obviously, bro, kids
9
just went,
books in 3 months.
yeah,
That's a
because like
that's a
no,
bit
they
much.
would give us a 15 and 20-minute reading period in every class, and like you were supposed to read your book, and if you weren't reading, then you weren't doing your job. You feel me? So like,
Okay, that's still not enough time.
yeah, bro, and no, and then the expectation was that you would also go home and read 15 minutes at home.
That's a book every 10 days.
So bro, you already know I was
Yes,
in the
and
library.
some people read slow and like sometimes you want to reread sections of it.
Yeah.
Like, how are you supposed
There's
to get
some
like, a
books
good
you can't
knowledge
read
about
it. Like the books that I've like hustled to finish, like I finished in 10 days. Like
Mhm.
what?
So yeah, now we'd be in the library just trying to find books that fit the requirements, write the real quick book report about it, and then just put that book away.
I remember there was one book we had to read, and like I didn't read any of it, but it was a pretty short book, and I found the audio book on YouTube, and it was 10 hours, and I put it on two speed and just stayed up all night flipping through at double speed, and this guy was reading super fast, but I got it.
Nice.
I finished it.
I started using
It was a
Schmoop.
really good book.
Schmoop.
Yeah,
I was a
Schmoop.
big Spark Notes guy.
Schmoop was just a little bit better than the Spark Notes. I felt
Our
they just
teacher
filled
would
in all
read the
holes.
Spark Notes and then ask questions that weren't on the Spark Notes, and she always got me with it. It was. she
But
knew I
then
just read the
those
Spark
teachers
Notes.
are mad miss, bro, because like you don't know what little details they're gonna ask for. So even if I actually
That's
read
so
the stuff,
whack,
like,
yo.
yeah,
Like you should first of all, the whole point of reading a book is not to understand
The little detail.
intricacies. It's
What color
supposed
was
to
his
understand.
hair? Like what?
Yeah, yo, like on this quiz for like I had this teacher in like 10th grade, and she was like a really nice woman, but she was just cruel with the reading quizzes.
Yeah.
Like she'd pull up pop quizzes like every week, and she'd just be like we were reading this one Shakespeare play, Macbeth I think it was, or we had to watch like a section of this movie. And she literally said, "What color pajama pants was Macbeth
bro,
wearing?"
I've been in
What?
the exact same scenario.
I was like, I do not remember. I could tell you what happened, but
Yeah.
like I swear I watched it. Like,
I feel like essays are a much better way of gauging that. Like if they
Yeah.
made it like you have an essay due every Monday about this book chapter.
yeah, like 600 words. Like
yeah,
that's not
too
bad.
bad,
Yeah.
and it shows that like even if you're not a very like good memorization person, you at least
Yeah,
understood the
you can
concepts.
go back to it. Yeah.
And you can give your own little take on that too. So
Yeah.
like
yeah,
how you
'cause, like,
interpreted it.
Yeah, 'cause,
And that's
like,
how college
that's
is.
what's
Yeah.
important. that's what
the
matters.
life lessons that you're picking up from the
Mhm,
reading,
mhm.
not what color pajamas that you're wearing.
Yeah, really. I don't know. I remember senior year, I was pretty checked out, so I would be reading mad
100%.
Spark Notes.
Yes,
But,
all the time.
But I'd still be that one bull discussing the book with the teacher.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
bringing
I
up
was so
all this
good at
stuff. I'd
that.
be like, wait, so what about this? Like I don't know. I was just running
Straight from the
class.
Spark Notes though. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I was like, I don't even own this book. Like I don't know. I stopped ordering books senior year.
I would always like flip to a random page, read like half of it, and be like, I can twist this quote into
Yeah.
something, and then I'd raise my hand in discussion.
Yeah,
and, like
I'd
all my
be,
friends would be like, you didn't even read, and I'm like, watch this. Like,
Yeah. No, that's how it was. That's how I had to be. You gotta save
Yeah,
time.
we had to finesse.
Yeah.
Let's see. We got a few more questions, but let's pick the best ones.
Yeah,
What are any like unique quirks? Like if someone was like, how do you know it's James? It's like, oh well, he always does this.
I feel like my friends could answer that better than I
Yeah,
could.
that's
Yeah,
a
that's
weird
true,
question to
that's true,
answer
that's true.
yourself. Yeah.
Well,
Because like I don't want to gas myself, you know.
any bad habits? Like if you want to rephrase it that way, like do you have any bad habits?
I mean, I don't know. I think I'm pretty clean.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just be like, I don't know. I just do weird stuff. Like I'll say dumb stuff.
Mm.
Like, and it's not like I try to say dumb stuff. It's just sometimes it comes out all weird, and yeah. Like, you were there, right? We were talking about milk.
Yeah. Yeah. This is some real dumb stuff, man.
And I didn't realize, because, like, you know, we live in a day and age where milkmen don't exist.
Mhm.
So we're not required to know the ways of the cow. So I thought milkmen were seasonal. And I asked him and our friend, I was like, so what do you think people did in the ancient times when it was winter and there was no milkman? And they told me that milk was a year-round thing. I'm still not sold on it.
100%. You know, we were breaking
It's when the
barriers
cows are
that
in
day.
bloom. That's when you can milk them.
Yeah, but like, what cow wants to be?
All year round.
It's cold. Like the cow wants to be. Whatever.
That's a whole nother animal cruelty issue, you know?
I mean, I think we were talking about, I don't even remember where it was, but like AD and I were talking about like food quality.
Yeah.
And like milk is dyed white, like they bleach it
Really?
because there's so much blood and pus and other stuff in
Yes,
it.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Sorry if I just ruined drinking milk.
I don't
for
drink
everyone.
milk. I
That's
really
why
don't.
people drink the almond milk these days.
Almond milk sucks, but
I hate.
I'm
all
not
the
with
milk
almond milk.
supplements. I hate milk supplements. I hate milk. I don't drink it.
Yeah, I stopped drinking milk.
Ice
I used to
cream's
drink
good.
milk a lot.
Yeah. No, I'm not with it. I'll eat cheese. That's about all the dairy.
cheese is pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mad types of cheese.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all the questions I got for you guys.
That's
so
what we wrapped up for today.
wrap it up.
Okay.
So we got my boy Pick Patek here. Make sure you follow him on Instagram.
Yes, sir.
Check out all his music on Apple Music, on Spotify, on SoundCloud, everything. You know, he's on all the streaming platforms, so there's no reason for you not to listen to
No
him.
reason.
Go on the YouTube, watch the music videos. They popping. I'm trying to tell you, don't sleep on them. And right here for you, we got a little surprise, a little
Ooh.
unreleased John right here.
Don't forget
Oh,
to
yeah.
follow
See,
our
I'm
social
using that
media.
Philly language, you know, the Philly language, the John.
Y'all don't say John over in
Jersey, nah. I mean,
I've
it's
never heard
catching
it
on
before.
now, but it's
Really?
definitely a Philly thing, like 100%.
It's definitely a Philly thing.
I never even heard the word bet until I got to college.
Oh, that's a Jersey. I mean, I
I've
don't
ne-
know
I
if
don't
I
know
can
where
say
that
it's a
came
Jersey
from.
thing.
I don't
but
know if
it was
anything
a-
is a Jersey thing. I think anything that y'all say is a Jersey thing is a New York thing. I'm not
No,
gonna
no,
hold
no,
Probably
no. New
true.
York has its own
Superior state.
slang. Like,
because
trust
y'all
me.
say dead ass, right?
yeah,
Yeah, that's New York.
it was late. I don't know. I'm not gonna get into semantics right now, you know. But Jersey, we got our own style in saying things. But I just used the Philly term, the John. So we got the new unreleased John right here.
John.
It's called High. Make sure you get lit to it, and this is your first look exclusive at it.
Exclusive.
And make sure, hold up real quick.
Oh.
Follow us on
Oh,
Instagram,
man,
Live in Color
hold on,
Media.
hold on. Slow down. You're making me go all
I'm
over the
sorry.
place.
I'm sorry. Yeah,
Okay,
I got
okay.
Hudson all
We
over the
got-
place.
Okay, there's the desktop cam.
So yeah,
There's a
follow my
YouTube
boy
channel.
Pick Patek. Follow the YouTube. Follow the
Follow the
Instagram.
Instagram.
All the Twitter.
We got the story time with AD
New
out.
Sasquatch.
You gotta tune in for the story times.
Yeah,
They're the
it's
best.
lit.
They really are the best.
And then we got the fried chicken video out soon, you know, where I teach you the secrets, changing the game here. So I hope y'all enjoyed this podcast, episode 4 here with Pick Patek. About to play this unreleased one right here called High.
Yes, sir.
Let's get it. Let's get it.
It was all a dream. It was all a dream.
I used to say fuck a name brand, but now they recognize me like I got a name tag. Had to look up in the mirror just to face facts. Yeah. It seems like nowadays rappers come with Gucci belts and face tats. So I'ma wear a Gucci suit with a face mask. Red carpets, red eyes, and dead guys that used to run this nation. Girls but no relations, oh I take that. I'd flash a fake smile for the cameras. And my girl be dressing so scandalous, but I love it though, and of course she loves to smoke. For Kush plentiful, top-notch cannonballs. And when I'm in album mode, I'm AWOL. I stay working on my hooks like Nate Dogg, but when it's gala season, best believe I'm crowd pleasing. Dressing in some shit from Paris that would have you stop breathing. High fashion, high as fuck, high everything. I'ma get it by any means.
It was all a dream.
By any means.
It was all a dream.
By any means. High fashion, high as fuck, high everything. I'ma get it by any means.
It was all a dream.
By any means.
It was all a dream.
By any means. I feel different when I'm draped up. A special kinda high, like we smoking on a lace blunt. I
I am the man when I walk in the room. All eyes on me and the thoughts I consume. I just came back from a trip to the moon. It's fuck what you think, but really thank you. I do not drink, but she wanted to. Offer the dank, life to the bank. Money and fame, pull off in the coupe. Really? I'd be lying if I said I'm over flexing. With the new girl, I might pull up on my exes. Yeah. Feeling a vibe from an ultra light beam. I got my vices and I got my dreams. Fuck anybody who come in between and it's fuck what you think. Unless you thank me, I look so alive and it's worth it to keep. I stay on that Oakland, but Southside is fam. So when I'm on top, the whole city gon' eat good. I be out in the arenas, they pack like sardines, making hits like Serena. I'm counting up streams and the Audi is pushed, so I don't got the keys, yeah. I don't want a rolling one Patek Philippe. She has to understand me, I said get it, capiche. Fuck this 9 to 5 lurking, I won't give a breeze, yeah. High fashion, high as fuck.